you have to learn this subject and what all the things comes under this, all you can understand after this class. Here we are in UI technologies here. Here actually demos time I'll take 6:40 to 7:10 like that. For regular session it will be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Like that I'll continue my class. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'll continue my class for the regular days for the next week. Monday onwards, 14th November onwards, I want to continue our class at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Here for demos time, usually 6:40, 6:30, 6:40, I'll start my session. 7, 7:05, 7:10 like that, I'll continue my session. That is the way generally demos time. Okay. Yeah. After this session, you can understand, you can come to the regular class from Monday. I'll start the first topic of our course by Monday. Today, I'll continue on the demo part of my application, UI technologies. Here, this course is regarding web UI programming. Under this, what all comes under web UI, how to implement it, what all the things to take care of it. Here, all informations you can see here. Now, here, web UI programming. Under this, here web UI. Under this, we are going to see HTML 4 and 5. Second topic is CSS 2 and 3. Third topic is JavaScript. Here JavaScript. Here fourth one is jQuery. Here fifth one is Ajax. Here sixth one is responsive design. Then seventh one will be Bootstrap. Here eighth one will be Less and Sass. Here ninth one will be project. So generally I'll cover these all topics in our web UI programming. In web UI programming, I'm going to cover these all topics. Here UI, here it is a user interface. I can create user interactive page by this UI programming. Here because of this UI programming, I can create web UI page. User interactive page, we can create it with this UI. Here when I enter any URL, suppose if I'm entering here www.google.com in browser, you can see that Google homepage. So go to the browser, search for google.com. Here when I search for google.com, I can see that Google homepage here. See, it is asking us to search something. So I can create this search option. I can submit my data. I can easily connect to my application because of this. Here we are in web UI programming. Under this, I'm going to show you these all things. Here, when I write here UI, if I am searching for anything here, you can see that search result within few seconds of time. Within few seconds of time, you can see some search result here. That is possible by here. When I use here web UI programming, under this, I can show you that search option. Here I can show you that search option. So once we click on that search option, data will reach to server end. So data is reaching to that particular URL. Here that for that particular URL, it is redirecting here when I click on that particular link. But here first of all, if I am searching anything, I can see that list of results. These results are coming from here. If you are submitting anything here in the front end page, if you are submitting anything here in this front end page, once you click on that search option, data is going to server. So from that server, here the data is going to the server. So server page always interact with database. Here these all interactions you can observe here in every front end page. Front end page is interacting to server, server has to give response for us. This type of interactions you can observe here in every front end programming. In every front end programming, you can observe this type of programming. Here web UI, here user interface. This is one user interface. This user interface is interacting with our server page here, server page. Here server page. This server page we can use it like PHP page or a Java page or a .NET page, any one server page we can use it here. Python, anything. Here database page here. This is one database page. It is used to store our data in database. These database pages are MySQL or Oracle or SQL Server. These all are databases. Databases used to store our data in the database. we can able to store our data in the database using these all server programmings. Using these all server programmings, we are able to store our data in the database. Here we are connecting to server. Server is connected to database. Because of that, we can easily submit our data. We can run our program. Here, if I am submitting anything, I can easily submit my data to server. That server interaction, if I am submitting anything, I can connect to server. So because of that, I can connect to database. Here, if I am submitting anything here, definitely I can able to connect to server, and by that I can connect to database. So this time what happened here, if I am connecting to the server programming, so front end page is connected to server, server connected to database. These all interactions you can observe here in every front end programming. In every front end programming, you can observe like this. This is one UI page. Here, this UI page always interact with the server page here. Server pages are here, any server pages. Server pages are here. HTML page, Java page, .NET page, any server programming, we can use it here to create this server environment. Here, front end page always has to submit their request to server. Server has to connect to database. Server has to store our data in database. Server has to give response from the database to front end. So front end, how to display the data in the proper format, that we'll learn it in this UI programming. In this UI programming, we are going to learn how we can create attractive user interface, how we can submit our data. These all we are going to learn it in our front end programming. Here, as of now, we understood what all the things mainly involved in this application. We understood. Next year, we are going for, so what is UI? Here, first of all, what is UI? Is a front end. So what is front end? So what you can access it from the browser, that is one front end. What you can access it with application, Facebook application, that is one server programming. Here, what you can access it from mobile browser or mobile app, that is one front end. So here we are using here front end programming. We can use any device. We can use any device to create this front end programming. Here front end, we can able to display it on the browser using the app, using the browser. Anyway, you can display your output to the user. Okay. So here we are writing here web UI programming. Under that, I'm going to show you these all outputs. Here now you can see that how we can create our output for the program, that you can understand from this. Here when I write it here web UI programming, because of that UI programming, how we can show our output, you can understand here. Here when I write it here, I'm searching for toys. By that I can get that result. See, I want to show you here one of the attractive user interface. Here we are going to use one subject is jQuery ripples. Here by that I can show you jQuery water wave movements. Water rippling effects we can show to the user by this jQuery. Here water rippling effects I can show to the user by this. See here how attractive user interface we can create. You can understand here. Here this is one application. When you move your mouse here, see this type of effect we can create it with our front-end programming. In that we are going to use one jQuery programming. With that we can create this type of water rippling effects here. And then you can see that here Roser Lab. Here Roser Lab is one site. Here under that you can show you bubble blasting effect. Here bubble blasting effect we can show to the user by this. Here any blasting effects we can show to the user by our programming. Any blasting effects we can show to the user by our programming. So easiest way of designing our application and simple way of designing our application. See here. When you double click it, it will blast. Here when you double click it, it is blasted. This type of effect is possible by here. This type of effect is possible by jQuery. Here we are going to use jQuery programming, one of the our list. list of topics, we have jQuery. We are going to use this jQuery programming to create this type of water bubbling effect, bubble bursting effect. See here, bubble size is continuously increasing. See, bubble size is continuously increasing and it is bouncing on some yellow platform. See, it is showing like bouncing effect on the yellow platform. Here, when I forcefully go down, see, blasted. Here, when I forcefully go down, it is got blasted. This type of effect we can create it with our jQuery. Not only like this, you can see that attractive user interfaces are AVEC drinks. Here AVEC drinks is one drink site. Here under this you can see that how we can create attractive user interface. Every loading time how it will change. See here, once again I'm refreshing, you can see that loading. See, it is showing that yellow color like this. Here once again if I refresh it, see, it is showing like this. Here this way we can show that refreshment of the application. This way only we can show our output to the user. Here, this is the way of implementation of our code. Just refresh it, by that application will be displayed for us. Okay, this way we can execute our program. This is what here AVEC drinks site. So when I refresh it, every time that colors are changing, the theme is completely changing. This is possible by our UI programming. Here, using our front-end UI programming, we are going to use these all topics we are going to see here like this. Here, once I click submit button, my data will reach to server. So server, after that you can get server data. Okay. Here, it is reaching to server. Server is giving response for us. Now, here I am connecting to server. Server is giving response for us. So this time, what happened here? If I am connecting to server, server is giving response for us. This time, what happened here? Whenever if you are submitting anything to server, server duty is it should have to read the data, send the data to server. That is the duty of server. What is the duty of front end UI? It has to render the very neat output, and it should be clear to the user, clearly understandable, and that response should be very quick response. If you give it, then so many users will use our application. That way we have to design it. So here, what all the topics are involved here? HTML 4 and 5 topics I am going to cover in this course. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here, every topic I'll show you with practical example. Every topic. If I am explaining H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, completely HTML is a tag based programming. Whatever tag I'm explaining here, the tag related output, we write it here. The tag. So whatever tag we want, that tag we can display to the user. So whenever we display our output to the user, that time, here if you are writing any tag based programming, generally what we do here, if you are displaying any tag based programming here, easily we can display our output to the user. Here we are using here markup tag, tag based programming. If you are displaying HTML tags here, with that how to display our output, how to execute our program, it will be very easy to print it. Okay, that you can learn it here using this hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language is mainly involved in how to display our output. Here, what all the tags are involved here, how to write many basic structure of the content, paragraphs, images, buttons, radio buttons. These all will write it with HTML. HTML mainly create content of web page. Content of web page we can create it using HTML. Using HTML, we can create basic content of the web page. What we can do it with CSS? Here, CSS is mainly used for, here CSS, here it is the cascading style sheet. Here, cascading style sheet, it is mainly used for displaying the style part of web page. Style part of web page, we can easily design it with the CSS. CSS is mainly used to display style part of the web page. So what is that style part of the web page here? Style part of the web page, we can easily develop it with this CSS. Here style part of the web page means here alignment. How you want to do alignment of web page? Alignment of web page, we can do it with this CSS. Okay, CSS mainly gives you alignment part. Like this, I'll explain to you what is the use with the JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax, and every Monday to Friday I'll take topic session. Every Saturday session I'll show you with a real-time application, that is project session. So every Saturday I'll conduct one project session. If you are interested, we can conduct multiple choice question test after completion of few topics. That way I'll generally brush up the students. I'm conducting offline and online batches. I have more than 100 batch experience. I deal already completed more than 100 batches I completed on this UI programming. Yeah, to cover this total content, I'll take duration of this course is here 40 to 45 hours of session. 40 to 45 hours of sessions I'll take to cover this UI programming. Okay, this is my description of my content. So in here in this, HTML is creating basic content of the web page. CSS is giving alignment. First check it. Here this is one web page. When you right click here, inspect element, you can see that is it by HTML and CSS or not. Just right click and inspect element here. You can see some code here. That code will be here. You can see some code here, HTML. Here HTML head and body. Here you can see that here doc type HTML head and body. Here doc type is here document type. What type of document I am creating here, that is doc type. See head and body. Here if I don't write the head part, remove the head part. Content is there, but there is no alignment for the content. So if I don't write the head part, it is not showing proper alignment for the web page. So once again, refresh it. All will back. If I remove the body part, see, I want to remove the body part of my web page. Here, right click, delete. Now, if there is no body part here, if there is no body part here, it won't display the proper content. There is no content. If you don't write the head tag, no proper alignment. If you don't write the content here, it won't show any content for us. That way we can execute our program. Here, if we are displaying any output to the user, here we are using here to display our content to the user. We are using here that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, all programmings we can show here. This time when I write it here HTML page, that HTML page we can execute it like this. Here that output we can write like this. Here if I am writing any HTML page, if I don't write the body tag, output will come like this. If I don't write the head part, just before I showed without any alignment, it will show that total output. That is the difference between HTML and CSS. Practical example I'll show you. By that you can understand how I teach. Tomorrow we'll continue sharp 7:30. I'll start my session. 7:30 or 7:35 I'll start my session. I'll continue up to 7:05, 7:10 for the demo time. Regular session it will be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you are really wants to learn the subject, if you are interested in this class, inform your feedback to Bhavani ma'am, Durgasoft organizer Bhavani ma'am. I think you have her number. You contact her. She will share you course content and whatever the doubts you have, she will share with you. And everyday drive I'm updating. The drive information, Gmail drive every day. You are not able to talk. Why? Okay, you are not able to talk in this session or not with Bhavani ma'am. See, this is one Gmail drive, 6 p.m. drive. See, this is drive. This drive is already shared with all 6 p.m. students. Here, if I get your mail ID from Bhavani ma'am, then I can share with you. So everyday programs, everyday paint files, everyday recordings I'll upload here. In 6:30, whatever recordings I'm taking, all recordings and paint files 6:30 batch I'm uploading here. For 6 p.m., whatever I explained, all are there here. Okay, Suresh, you have some issue with your mic, but you can contact Bhavani ma'am. I'm sharing her number here. You can contact her in your phone and you can get tomorrow's link and that course content, and if you are interested, confirmation of the class. Okay. So here I'm sharing her number in this chat window. Please note down this. So you contact this number. She will update you how to go further. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.